And there we go. We are rolling. Welcome, welcome, one and all. Hope you're all having an absolutely fantastic day. It's great to see you all. Take a seat, get comfortable, spark up a fat one, crack open a cold one, do whatever you do to relax. Dry mouth the fuck. It's absolutely wonderful to see you all. So on today's video, we're going to be checking out a band called Tactosa or Tactosa. I prefer Tactosa, but that's probably me saying it wrong. We're going to be checking out their track DIY Autopsy featuring Kyle Medina of Body Snatcher. Medina? Kyle Medina. I'm so bad with names, it's terrible. So, a little bit of context for you guys. Basically, a member of Tactosa said, "Hello, good sir. I'm from Tactosa. Just a heads up, we're dropping a new single and a music video on June 5th. We'd love to see your reaction to it since we love the one you made before a lot and we want to see your pretty face again. Far too kind. Thanks in advance." So that was actually all the way back in June, and I'm only just getting to their newer track now because I'm really, really badly organized. No, life has just been a little bit crazy and some things got lost in the mix, and I'm really bad at writing things down, so I ended up doing other things before, so on and so forth, yada yada. Let's get to it. But yeah, no, seriously. Yeah, I'm a very, very big fan of Tactosa. There's one part from a song that I want to play by these guys, which let me see if I can actually find it. I'm probably not going to be able to actually find Tactosa. It's from their song Sink or Swim. This came out 9 months ago, so that's how long I've been like a fan of these guys for, and I've listened to everything else they've done. The thing that will jump out immediately is the similarities to, well, not similarities, that's the wrong way. These guys really, really like Suicide Silence. They really like that that kind of old, I guess you could say really old school, early like 2000s, early 2000s. You know what I'm talking about, kind of like deathcore sound. Like, you know, they don't sound like you know, Lorna Shore or something like that. Yeah, it's more of like they're definitely not ripping off Suicide Silence or that style of music in any way. They're presenting it in an interesting way, but the production is there, the screams are there, so on and so forth. But there's this one part during Sink or Swim where they throw in a little trippy bit, I would say, which I just want to play. And then we'll get on with the new track. Let me see if I can find this. Oh my god, perfect. And then you'll hear the Mitch esque screams and the snare and the pacing and so on and so forth. That'll give you a nice, if you've not heard Tactosa before, I recommend going and listening to everything they've ever made, but I would suggest that at the best of times anyway. So, but you get where I'm coming from. That slower section is, yeah, the vibes there are pretty spectacular. These guys are bringing in numbers as well, like 10k views for DIY Autopsy. Tastemaker, which is an amazing track that came out 5 months ago. That's got 26k views. These guys are doing very, very good. Yeah, 20k views on Sink or Swim, 29,000 on another one, 10k. Like they're doing very, very good for themselves. Let me put it like that, and they deserve it. There seems to be a very strong demand at the moment for, well, I mean, deathcore is definitely on the up. Like, you know, like Lorna Shore have definitely kind of brought deathcore back into being, yeah, well, I mean, like, what, To the Hellfire's got about, like, what, 10 million views or something like that. So, to be perfectly honest, though, like on that subject, just briefly, I would rather that had, like, 1 million, or maybe, like, 900,000 or something, and then lots of other bands that, like, that are doing well, but not quite as well, could have, instead of having, like, 2,000 views, they could have, like, 20,000 views, or 30,000 or something, like, the kind of trickle-down effect, basically, because Lorna, I think it's like, what, 12 million views onto the Hellfire or something. They deserve it. Lorna Shore are really, really good, but trickle down economics, I guess, or I don't know if we want to get into that topic. But yeah, that would definitely be preferable. But yeah, Tactosa are doing very, very good. They're bringing in numbers, and yeah, there does seem to be a demand for that style of deathcore at the moment, which is, yeah, pretty goddamn cool. I'm rambling. Shall we get on with the track? Let's get on with the track. DIY Autopsy. Let's get this set up. Okie dokie. Right, one last time. Let's do it. I've got to get the props. All about the props. Okay. DIY Autopsy. Tactosa. Let's go. We are going straight back somewhere. We are going straight back. Absolute filth. Filthy shit. Holy moly. Oh, so they did that build up towards the end with like the red, the red writing. And then, as far as I can tell, anyway, maybe I was just headbanging too hard, possibly. But I think they went slightly faster or slightly off time with when the actual like groove hit. That's the thing as well. It wasn't really like a breakdown, like a kind of like really like subterranean, you know. What the fuck is that? Like, you know, like a quasar style, like, you know, like all what the fuck's the word I'm looking for? Down tempo. It wasn't heavy in that way. It was it sounded the suicide violence, the suicide silence vibes were there throughout the whole thing, but it never sounded like they were actually trying to take anything off suicide silence. You know what I mean? Like to try and like imitate them. It's just like very strong features. But they done it in a really interesting way there. They could have just went with the cliched breakdown, but it ended up actually just being a monstrous groove, which we're gonna get into right now.
Take a look at yourself. A waste of time and space. We will never be the same. I will spit in your fucking face.
Yeah, before it drops, that's what it was. I was expecting another and then for it to go in, but it didn't. They just yeah, that's tight. Just like slightly off time.
I will spit in your fucking face. Consume my poison. You will never know. Smell, taste. No more than hit. Your choices take you to the grave.
And then just that snare, it's got that it's got a like doom like vibe to it. You know what I mean? Like it's dripping in that kind of like old school, like Job for a Cowboy-esque kind of like swagger, which is really fucking awesome. Like, yeah, it's just with the string bends and everything. It's just, yeah, it's so good. And then this little bit towards the end as well. Just that little guttural there, right at the end. There's another part that I wanted to go to as well. You have to bear with me. It's just got such raw, hardcore energy running through it, like real, like swaggy, like yeah, Job for a Cowboy. It's got a kind of frantic pace to it as well. Like like it doesn't just do hardcore stuff. The vocals are especially brutal as well, but it's got a kind of chaotic energy that Bring Me's album Suicide Season has to it. It doesn't sound quite like that, but yeah, there's just lots of parts from like older styles of deathcore all kind of like put together in a really good way. And yeah, the song structure is really, really good, and yeah, you can just imagine a lot of different things happening at one of their gigs, like everyone moshing, head banging, throwing shapes like they were in that music video there. I'm gonna have to try and get to see these guys at some point. I'd have to actually go to America, but their gigs look like it would be worth the worth the travel. That looks violent. Yeah, I love these guys. I love what they're doing. If more bands are gonna start doing this as well, I'm all for that. But you know, doing it, you know, putting like an interesting, you know, slant on it as well. You know what I mean? Because like the vocals remind me very, very much of Mitch, obviously from Suicide Silence. Rest in peace. Sorely missed. But they very much remind me of that. That not just in not even in like the actual technique, but just in the enunciation and like just like the way they kind of sit and go very well with the snare. That's something actually. There was a part. Some of the faster sections reminded me very, very much of a specific Suicide Silence album. Let me see if I can actually just No Time to Bleed. With how good the snare sounded. There was a couple of fast sections there. I can't actually remember the name of the song, but it's my show, so I'm going to take as long as I want. It was off No Time to Bleed, which is my favorite Suicide Silence album. Well, old school Suicide Silence anyway. Let me see. No Time to Bleed, which came out in 2009. I believe the song is, I think it was Smoke. The fast the fast section there with the with how the very gave me vibes, very, very strong No Time to Bleed vibes. Fucking loved it. Yeah, loved it. Loved every single second of it, and the bass as well. Like just where it was placed, but also just the absolutely just filthy, disgusting tone of that bass. If I pick the bass back up, I want it to sound like something like that. Yeah, very, very impressive. I could sit here all day. One more time. Well, before we do that, actually, underneath the video, there will be links to the bands. If they have a TikTok, that'll be down there. But Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, link to that, you know, that video that we just saw. Go do all that YouTube shit where those guys, you know, like all their posts on Facebook, leave them a comment there, algorithm, all that type of shit, you know, turn on the bell for notifications, like all their posts on Instagram, so on and so forth. You know, maybe consider buying some merchandise. You guys know what I'm talking about. And if you want to do any of that, like any kind of like YouTube shit with this video, if you only do one thing, leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know what you thought of the song. Recommend me some other stuff to react to. Just engage, because I really, really do love this community. So yeah, if you only do one thing, leave me a comment. I would really appreciate that. One more time, Tactosa DIY Autopsy. That shit goes extremely, extremely hard. Loved every second of it. Take it easy, my friends. Love you all very much, and I'll catch you later. Bye bye.